1, 2, 3, 4. Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to the RP Geeks. I'm Sam Grayson. Here with me are Triforce of Doom and Red Nova. And it's time for more Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to take care of one quick side quest, Gods of Eld, before we return to the main story. A message for you from a mysterious stranger. Ah, my Lord Harris. During your absence, a stranger came calling. Upon learning that you were away, he left a message to the effect that he wishes to speak with you. He will await you at the Rising Stones. If you have a mind to oblige the stranger, please be careful. I cannot well explain why, but it put me ill at ease to simply be near him. Oh boy, into the Rising Stones we go. For the first time in... feels like forever, honestly. Enter the soldier. Yep. Yeah. What was it, 33 times before I actually managed to finally get the fucking mount? And that was back when it was semi-half current. Alright. Basically. Actually, hold on. I need to check something quick. Okay. Take these. These. If we end up having to do these, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yep. Like I said, we're not going to be dealing with them today. Alright, just hide these for now. Deal with them later. Because we got story to get to. What that was? Yeah. Gotta go back to Fortemps Manor. Now we're getting back to story. The raids are side content. Well, 99% of them are side content. Yep. Boy, I can't wait to get to those reasons. Because, you know, the best expansion. Suddenly cat. Excuse me while I take a drink of water. All right. All right. We all talking it? Okay. And now back to story proper. Level 60 quest, An Uncertain Future. And cutscene. Alf. Alright, so you know how I said I've been watching John play Xenoblade? Alright, so Tataru is voiced by the same person who does Fiora. And I believe we went over Pippin and Shulk. There was one more, it was Amric, and I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Alvis. Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, sir.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Nor should they be.
Hello, Lucia. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this annexed shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Harris and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well. I shall see to my preparations. Let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, Harris.
All right.
She is right over here.
Which is convenient.
Beep. Hello. So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. Diplomatic mission to annex Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. Should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Edelshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... time permitting, as I said. We shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Harris. You have kept the first commander waiting long enough.
And oh, yep. Now we actually gotta go let her know that we've got that taken care of, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
And again, thankfully, she's just right here.
Mm-hmm.
You are ready, then? Good, so am I. Hot cocoa. Next quest, breaking the cycle. The path is long, but known to us. From Falcon's Nest, we shall cross the Western Highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravanian Forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. You read.
You're welcome.
So before I say what I want to say, I want to double check. How far in advance are the uploads right now?
Uploads of what?
This.
I'm wrapping up the job quests.
How far in advance is that?
We have the entire 3.0 to go through.
Okay.
Also, we'll be doing
so,
Danganronpa 1 first before then.
Okay, so then at least one of the upcoming LPs for me is definitely going to be up by then. Yeah. So yeah, fun thing with the two LPs I fully recorded. One, which will definitely be up by then, is Mario plus Rabbids, because I've decided to just binge through the main story again right before Sparks of Hope had come out.
Nice.
And the other one, which might be up by then, by the time this goes up, I don't know, World Ends With You, which is a game I'd been meaning to Let's Play. So, yeah, looking forward to when I get to editing that one and recording its post-game. Because, World Ends With You is still one of my favorite games ever.
I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army. And here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting Israel to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side she fought in service to the greater good, even unto her dying breath. While that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alphinaud. Who can say what might come to pass, should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course. We must press on to Annex Shrine. If you'll follow me.
Alright.
Now we fly. It's right over there.
Right, I still need to get, like, some of the wind things and whatnot.
Alright, hold on.
Going to Annex Shrine?
Yep.
Yeah, actually,
I got it.
Warp there.
Hop on.
Wait. Oh. Hold on. Because Brad just said something, so yeah, there's a warp for it.
I did not get it.
Oh, you whoops.
Well, I'll have fun with that.
I mean, you can teleport to the Annex Shrine thing.
I mean, I know, but it was like right there, so I didn't... Whatever.
Ah.
Now getting turned around again. Oh, we need to go up.
Where's the staircase again?
In the back.
Yeah.
There you are. Hello.
Yeah, at some point I just need to get myself through a bunch of the, wind spots.
Yeah. But just as I recall, they do give out EXP for tuning to a wind spot, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, it's not much compared to, like, doing roulettes, but still gets something.
Yep. Hello, Daphne. And cutscene.
Yeah, one game I've been. Yeah, I'm back. Oh,
Okay.
one thing I've actually been playing a lot of after recently nabbing it is Switch Sports. I'm so glad we have another effectively Wii Sports installment again.
Woo!
Yeah.
Because those games are fun, and having it with online is also nice.
Even if it's Nintendo Online.
I mean, Switch Sports' online works pretty well, actually.
Good to know. Alright, level 60 quest, another time, another place. So, it would seem we have time to greet the scholar after all. How delightful. She'll be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she's privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Y'shtola and Edelshire. One game I've been playing copious amounts of recently is Vampire Survivors.
I recently downloaded that on Game Pass. I just still need to boot it up because I downloaded it the same day I downloaded Hi-Fi Rush.
It's a simple
I only
game, but
downloaded
addictive.
Yeah, I only downloaded it because I've heard, I've seen posts of like people I follow playing it. So it's like, I might as well try it out when I feel like it.
Yeah, I pretty much only picked it up because I watched Maximilian Dude play it.
So what kind of game is Vampire Survivor?
Basically you have weapons and you walk around killing enemies, gathering gems, leveling up, and all that. You have half an hour per stage, until you unlock endless mode, or if you can beat the thing that comes to kill you. Which is possible. It's fun. Hello, Y'shtola. Ah, Harris, it is good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Annex Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? As well as can be expected. She must discuss Sir Amrick's proposal with Racefelger, of course. She seemed amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlian guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. She'll be on her way.
It makes sense. If we're gonna wait, might as well use that time.
Yep. Now cutscene.
Alphinaud.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Charlian motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, sir. And who is that I spy but young Alphinaud Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown in Ilmore too in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
We, Miss Kryle and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Kryle.
For what? But I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Right. Off to find Matoya. Thank God I can fly now. Much as I love this place, it is big.
Alright. One thing I just thought of that I should probably quickly do.
What's that?
Sling.
Oh.
Well, the case of since it's been all story, I didn't think to do that yet. Alright.
Oy.
When there's only one teleportation crystal.
Yep. Really?
Alright. I did not need this! Alright.
You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something.
Hey.
Boy, is she in for a surprise.
Yep.
In the eye of the beholder is an anti-magic field. I've heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured they are all true. This way, and have care where you tread. Into the cave. And cutscene.
Oh. Is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryle, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryle, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the science of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul, their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock, I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Alright, off to Tailfeather.
Woo! Tailfeather.
So one thing I would not be surprised about is if players made their own versions of Kryle's hoodie.
What, like for IRL cosplay?
Either that or for their character.
Oh, there is... You can get Kryle's hoodie for your character. It's in the mod shop.
Ah.
But yeah, there's definitely probably some cosplay out there. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Kryle, I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. This is impressive. I drew him from memory. A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into two pairs. Shola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Harris and Kryle question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Lost Bath and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it.
Alright.
My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. To get chicks.
Fucking course.
Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you finish making your rounds. And yeah, make no mistake, he developed that fucking skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was half expecting this is supposed to be Thancred joke, but yeah, no, that's an even better half punchline.
Let's see. Searching for a friend of yours? Let's have a look then. A surprisingly accurate depiction of the missing Thancred, suggesting that Alphinaud may have mistaken his life's calling. No, I ain't seen him around. Sorry. Right over. He's inside. Yep.
I'm just trying to imagine what it would have been like if Alistair was here to hear that Alphinaud forgot the reason he learned drawing.
Oh, she would have given him what for sure. That you got there. Sketch? Can't say I know the face. Say something of a warrior? I heard a tale the other day about a Huron vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself, and with style. If they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man? Yes, it does.
Right, and one last person.
A Huron, man. Not exactly rare, you know. To be more specific. I did spy this one bloke a while back and get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. That was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow.
An axe, but Thancred's a thief class. Like last I recall, he's the dual dagger type.
Yep. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out.
I was honestly half expecting her to be sharing some Alphinaud stories during those. Alright. That's the runway. Hold up. Yeah, okay, so it is this way. I think.
Hello, Cryle.
I got turned around on which
back,
way was
bud.
actually out. Alright. Yeah, I got a little turned around, so I ended up kind of going the long way around the town. Alright, there we are.
Now we wait.
Yep.
There they are. But bottom line, he's here somewhere.
Alphinaud, phrasing. Phrasing, man.
I need naked cat girl.
Even with his growth, he still has foot and mouth moments.
All right. And with that, we're going to end off this episode here. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you liked this video, leave a like and a comment. If you want to see more, hit subscribe and the bell, and we'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Yep, see ya.